Hi, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm Nick Katsoris. I am the author of the Loukoumi book series, and I hope everybody's doing well and staying safe and having a good summer. Sorry we were a few minutes late, but I'm thrilled that the museum, the Westchester Children's Museum, asked me to read a book today to all of you. The Westchester Museum is very special to me and to the Loukoumi Make a Difference Foundation because a few years back we sponsored the Book Nook and the Good Deed of the Month programming at the museum. So we're thrilled to continue our partnership with the museum today. For those of you that don't know, Loukoumi, this is Loukoumi right here. Loukoumi is a fluffy lamb that just wants to make the world a better place. Loukoumi is all about good deeds and teaching kids to make a difference in the world. And the Loukoumi book series is inspired by a type of candy. It's a Greek candy, a jelly candy called Loukoumi that comes from Greece. And that's where Loukoumi gets her name from. And I was in the kitchen one day with my wife about 16, 17 years ago. And someone had brought us back a box of Loukoumi candy. So I asked my wife, could you please hand me that box of Loukoumi? Loukoumi. I called her Loukoumi. It just came out. So we looked at each other and said, wouldn't that make a cute name for a children's book character? So that's when Loukoumi was born. And a year later, our son was born. And I decided to write the first Loukoumi book just for him, just for us. About a lamb that just wants to make the world a better place. And now, through the Loukoumi Foundation, we have over 100,000 kids around the world who do good deeds. Good deeds for things that mean something to them. So, kids, if you have something that's important to you and you want to do good in the world, do it for something that matters to you, something that will make you happy and make others happy at the same time. One of the things that this book started was our affiliation with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. So since we're all talking about good deeds, I thought, how perfect to read our book, Loukoumi's Good Deeds, which started our good deed movement over 10 years ago. Now this book, in this book, Loukoumi talks about all the things that she can do to make a difference in the world. And the book is narrated on CD by Jennifer Aniston, and proceeds benefit St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And this started our affiliation, as I said, with St. Jude, and we now have a program through the Loukoumi Foundation where kids make cards for the hospital, for the patients, and also donate $1. And with those $1 donations, we've gotten over 60,000 kids to band together to donate $1, and we were able to open the Loukoumi Foundation treatment room at St. Jude Children's Hospital last October. So I thank all the kids that participated in that. So I'd like to talk more about good deeds, but before we do, let's see what good deeds Loukoumi has done in Loukoumi's Good Deeds, okay? It was the first day of school. Loukoumi was riding the bus when all of a sudden it came to a complete stop. Loukoumi saw crossing guard Gus helping an elderly giraffe across the street. Loukoumi called out to Gus and said, "That was very nice of you." And Gus replied, "Helping others is a wonderful thing." Now I'm going to pause here for a second because the next verse, when I read these books live, I always have the kids in attendance read this next verse out loud. So anytime it comes up, I want you to read along with me, starting with now. So repeat after me. Make someone smile. Do a good deed. Lend a hand to a friend in need. Whatever you do, whatever you say, do something nice for someone today. Loukoumi then realized all the nice things she could do for all the special people in her life. She could help her mother clean her room. See Loukoumi here cleaning her room? I'm sure your parents would love that if you did that. She could help her daddy wash the car. You see Loukoumi and her dad washing the car here. That's something you could also do in the warm summer months. Or she could call her grandma and grandpa Lamb and tell them that she loved them. Now this is something that people really love. If there's someone that you love and you want to give them a call, after we finish this book reading, why don't you give them a call and tell them that you love them. Later that day, Loukoumi saw her friend Fistiki standing by a tall tree in the schoolyard. A red balloon was caught in the tree, and beneath it was a kitten crying. See the cat? Fistiki jumped up into the tree and rescued the red balloon for his new friend. "Do you know that kitty?" asked Loukoumi. "I don't," replied Fistiki. "But that doesn't mean you shouldn't help her. Helping people is fun." All together now. Make someone smile. Do a good deed. Lend a hand to a friend in need. Whatever you do, whatever you say, do something nice for someone today. Loukoumi then followed Fistiki to their classroom. Their teacher, Miss Effie, handed out colored paper and crayons and asked the class to draw a picture for someone they love. Loukoumi's friend Dean drew a card for his grandpa's birthday. Loukoumi saw the card and said, "That was very nice of you." And Dean replied, "I didn't have enough money in my piggy bank to buy him a gift, so I wanted to do something nice for my grandpa's birthday. Make someone smile. Do a good deed. Lend a hand to a friend in need. Whatever you do, whatever you say, do something nice for someone today." After school, Loukoumi and her friends went to the park to play soccer. Loukoumi jumped up in the air with all her might and made a great kick, but then fell down and scraped her knee. Her friend Marika ran over to Loukoumi with a Band-Aid and placed it on Loukoumi's knee. "Thank you, Marika. I feel much better now," Loukoumi said. "Helping you feel better makes me feel better," Marika said. Make someone smile. Do a good deed. Lend a hand to a friend in need. Whatever you do, whatever you say, do something nice for someone today. After she left the park, Loukoumi went home and cleaned up her room, helped her daddy wash the car, and called her grandparents and told them that she loved them. That night, Loukoumi's parents tucked her into bed, and her daddy said, "Thank you, Loukoumi, for all the nice things you did today." "It makes me happy to make someone smile," said Loukoumi, "to do a good deed, to lend a hand to a friend in need. Whatever I do, whatever I say, I'm glad that I did something nice today." The end. So I hope you all enjoyed Loukoumi's Good Deeds. And I want to leave you with some thoughts of what can you do to make a difference. You know, we're all going through a tough time now with the pandemic. There are a lot of people that could use cheering up. There are people that you could make smile. Why don't you give them a call? Why don't you clean your room? Why don't you perhaps make a card? And usually at the Westchester Children's Museum, when we have these kindness good deed readings, they're followed by a craft. So I'm going to suggest a craft for all of you to do at home today. So I mentioned earlier that we have a national program where we opened the Loukoumi Foundation treatment room at St. Jude Children's Hospital. So what kids do, as I said, is they make a card for a patient. So I have some sample cards here. And all you have to do is get some paper and some crayons or markers and make a card to encourage these kids in the hospital to feel better. This one says, "Be strong." Here's another one. And you'll cheer them up. So you can do a card for a patient, or you can give a card to a loved one just to let them know that you're thinking of them. But if you'd like to participate in this project for St. Jude, make your card and you can email it in to us at loukoumi@aol.com. That's LOUKOUMI@aol.com. So I hope that you will spend the rest of the summer doing some good deeds for some people, cheering people up. I hope you're all doing well, and we look forward to seeing you at the Westchester Children's Museum. And also, please visit our Loukoumi Foundation website. We have programming every month at loukoumiffoundation.org, and we're going to have a big celebration for Make a Difference Day in October, so we look forward to working with you. Kids, have a wonderful summer. Keep doing good and keep making a difference in the world. Thank you, everyone, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.